Nick, obviously we're here in Dubai for our training camp. We're about halfway through now. How's it gone so far?
Yeah, it's been a good opportunity for us to get out and get back into training for a little bit of a sort of winter training camp. It's important that some of the boys coming back from injury. What's been really important is that we get them back into training, into team training. So it's been nice to have Lafondra back in, Harry McCurdy, Chrissy Cadden, Jake Doyle-Hayes sort of in and out of the session. So it's been a real good exercise for that to get the group going again. We have the boys away in international, so also an opportunity to bring some young players. Kanaya Megwa, Josh Landers, Rory Whittaker. I can't think of a few more, and then have a look at a few boys possibly on trial. So yeah, it's been a good opportunity for us to get here, train hard, and then sort of go into a competitive training game tonight under fatigued, which was good, and then obviously have a look at where some players are after the break and some players coming back from injury, and just give us that opportunity to get some sessions in before we start back the second half of the season.
Yeah, the training camp's been pretty relentless so far in terms of double sessions every day. I suppose the weather allows you to put extra work into the players, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, the weather's been nice. The good thing is, like he's mentioned, then the double sessions. So since we arrived, we've had double sessions every day. Which again, what we wanted to do is really push the lads and put some real work into them, so that when we get back, we've got a few days before we have the cup game, and then we've got a real heavy schedule. So again, probably one of the most important things is to get some of the boys back that are coming back from injury to integrate them back into the squad, and that doesn't mean that they're going to be back fit, available for selection, but to get them back into some sort of team training is really important for their rehab coming back from some long-term injuries, and also for some of the young boys to obviously to train at the next level as well, and to keep looking at them. So on that case, it's been really positive, and we've got a couple more days left now before we head back.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously the game this evening. It gave you a great opportunity to get 45 minutes into the legs of Harry McCurdy, like you said, to look at some of the trialists here, or to look at the young players and to see how the players react under fatigue as well. It's been a good exercise.
Yeah, for that you mentioned Harry McCurdy then. I think everybody, the energy that Harry brought, probably should have been involved last week at Motherwell, but right now we're really low on bodies. We were actually due to play 2 games over here, but we didn't have enough players to do that. So what we did is we sort of had the 2 teams tonight, mixed the teams up. Some of the young boys, some trial players, which I think has been documented. Chris Moore, a young defender from Leeds. We're having a look at him. I thought we didn't have enough bodies really to come on the camp, so it was a good opportunity to bring him and have a look at him. At right back, obviously with Lewis Miller being away and only having young Rory, so it was an opportunity for him to get some minutes, and Kanaya Megwa to get some minutes after coming back from his loan spell. And then we had a trialist, Adriana, a Brazilian player that's been out of the game for the last couple of months, a family situation, and was training in Dubai, so yeah, through a contact, we thought it'd be a good opportunity for him to come and train with us and to have a look at him as well. So the camp's been really positive for many reasons, and double sessions is something that we were really keen to do. So yeah, there's a lot of positives to take out of the camp.
Yeah, let's talk about those injured players then, specifically Chris Cadden, Adam Lafondra, Jake Doyle-Hayes. I mean, starting with Cads, obviously he's been back in full team training this week. I suppose now the next step is just integrating him into getting some minutes.
Yeah, look, what you have to understand is when you've been on a long-term injury, there's a lot of mental anguish there and anxiousness, and you can train on your own for as long as you want, but that feeling of being back in with your teammates, and when you start watching the sessions, it's really hard, because I've been there as a player. So for Cads, he's always continued to work really hard and come in and be around the boys, but to see him back out there now, with the boys, having a laugh and in the team training sessions, albeit we've been sort of monitoring in where he is and sort of taking him in and out the last week. So that's been really good for Cads. It's a big thing for confidence as well, and the same for Harry McCurdy. You know, it's more about his confidence of coming back from such a serious injury, for him to be training with the team and feeling confident that, you know, he can train with the team, because sometimes being injured, it's a really lonely place. You know, you feel like you're never going to get back fit, you're never going to be back with the boys. So, you know, it's a real big thing when you've had a long-term injury. So, you know, on top of that, Adam Lafondre's been back out with the boys, in and out in the non-contact stuff. It was a pretty serious injury, really, that's kept him out for the last couple of months. So yeah, it's been for that, it's been fantastic, and you know, to see them boys sort of back in with the team, because it's really important. We try to get as many players back as we can going into the second part of the season, including the international players, who I think their games will start in the next couple of days. So as much as we'll be cheering them on, it will be nice to get them back into the squad. And yeah, of course, I've been, you know, working really hard with Brian and the recruitment staff. You know, we are looking at possibilities to bring one or two in to really help us, and obviously budget has to allow us to bring in the right type of player. So you know, that's something that we're working on daily. The picture does change daily, and yeah, that's something that we have to try and do. And I said before, what we can't do is bring players in that are really not going to impact the team. You know, they have to be ready to come in straight away and contribute. And you know, unfortunately, the market, you know, there's not that many players out there, you know, within our budget that, you know, have been playing games and you can get in January. So there's players coming back from long-term injuries that haven't played. There's players that haven't been playing for the last 6 months or so for whatever reason. And there's young players that haven't played senior football that are possibly looking to get out on a loan. So, you know, it's important that we continue to search the market, and I'm speaking to agents, and Brian is, and you know, we're constantly looking with the staff at every player that may be available. But the picture changes really quickly, and just important that way. You know, we're clinical and we try to bring in key players in the areas that we're really short on, which I think, you know, everybody can see the last couple of months. So other than that, yeah, it's a lot of positives, and yeah, it's just a daily occurrence. Me speaking to Brian McDermott and looking at players with the staff here. So yeah, it's an interesting part of the job, but it's one that's really important to try and get right.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously now there's kind of 2 or 3 days left of the training camp. What do you want to get out of those, preparing obviously, or heading into Forfeit?
Well, just continue to train. You know, the game we mixed the teams up. We know it was 2 teams. A few players had to play a little bit longer, which was not ideal, because we had a real tough double session yesterday. But again, you know, the sole purpose is to really, you know, I didn't have a pre-season with the team, so it's like a little mini pre-season where, yeah, we have to put a lot of work into the boys, and going into every session under fatigued. And yeah, you know, when you're under fatigue, you have to concentrate more, and you know, obviously then recovery becomes important. So yeah, we've been working hard on really trying to prepare the boys for that second part of the season. So we'll just continue to train, and then we'll travel back and get ready for Forfar away in the cup.
Absolutely. Thank you for speaking to us.
Cheers. Thank you.